Hi there, welcome to your practice. We're going to start this one standing and we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to actually just go right into a pose here to start. So step your feet wide. And this is going to be our barometer pose, the one that we continue to come back to just check in and see what is happening in your body in this moment. So turn the back toes, can be whatever you're going to orient the front of your mat to, in about 30 degrees. Turn the front leg and foot out 90. And we're just going to go ahead and bend the knee just however far we have not warmed up. Feels comfortable, so don't overdo it. And then bring the arms up shoulder height, turn the head. And all we're trying to do here is just notice, oh, this is what this pose is like in my body right now. There's nothing you need to be doing differently or better or more or anything like that. What you're doing right now is exactly enough. And we're going to come back to center. Turn your feet to parallel. We're going to switch the feet. So now the new back foot toes turn in, front leg and foot turns out. And again, just bend that knee as far as is okay for you and come up. Turn the head. Beginning to sense into how this feels. The legs, the shoulders, the reach and length of the spine, and we'll come up. Turn the feet back to parallel, step your feet together. So we're going to come back to that in a moment, but for now, go ahead and grab your chair and come to sit in such a way that you can have your feet fully on the floor. So for me, at the length of my thigh bones, not particularly long, I'm going to sit pretty close to the front of the chair. It just depends on you and on your chair what works for you. So when you've got that, you can take one hand under one hip, move the skin out and back. Same thing on the other side. And we're going to work with some warm up now with the neck. So we'll start to take one ear to one shoulder. Let the weight of the head open up the other side of the neck. If you like, you might just move the head a little forward and back, or make any other gentle movements here that your neck is calling for. When you're ready, we'll come on back to center. And then go other side. So we'll start with ear to shoulder. And then same process of moving the head around. And as you go, I have a quote to share with you. It's from Christine Caldwell in her book, Bodyfulness. And in it she writes, "The body isn't a thing we have, but an experience we are." And I love that so much. We're going to bring the head back to center. Gently tuck the chin to the chest. It's really what this idea of inner barometer is all about. Rather than imposing from the outside, here's what the pose should look like. It's being in conversation with your body and noticing, oh, as I open this part of my body, how does that correspond and show up in the pose? What do I need and how do I meet those needs? You're going to come on up. You take the right hand, depends on your chair, to the arm of the chair, to the chair seat, maybe tuck it under your hip, and we're going to reach the left arm over, side stretch. So there's a tendency to want to kind of dump fully into the right hip. We want to keep the left hip on a little bit to help us with the side stretch. We'll come on up and switch sides. So starting to bring some space and opening in the upper body. We'll come on back. We're going to come to a twist now. So inhale, you can reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. So again, depends on your chair. I have my left hand on my right leg. It could be on your belly, could be on your left leg. I have my right hand on the back of my chair, but you could be on the arm of your chair or wherever makes sense for you. Next inhale, we're going to come on back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. And we'll come on back. Now we're going to take the feet wide, and if you have anything in your way, you can move it. And let's turn the right toes in and the front leg and foot out 90. So sometimes you have to just adjust your legs a little bit here. So we're doing a version of Warrior 2 in the chair. So from here, we're going to take the arms up, shoulder height, turn the head, look over the front fingertips. And just noticing what your experience is like here in the chair. I always like using the chair. It's such a good piece of information as well as support. Like, oh, what becomes more easeful when I have the support of the chair? And how could I bring that ease when I'm not in the chair? We're going to bring the feet back to parallel and then switch sides. Or, oh, what did I notice about the alignment that works for me here? And how might I experiment with that in the future? Again, this is about just noticing. Come back to center. Bring the feet back together, not about creating a certain kind of pose. We're going to come on up to standing. You can move your chair off to the side for now. And grab your blocks. So we're going to put a block behind each foot when we step the feet wide. It doesn't have to be precise. You just want it to be near-ish by so you can grab it. Now hands are going to come to the hips. Let's just all do the same feet. We'll turn the right toes in, left leg and toes turn out. Now with hands on the hips, torsos facing the long side of the mat, we're going to begin here to inhale, bend the knee, exhale, straighten the leg. So continue like that a few times, and as you go, just noticing the knee going in line with the second toe. If that's not happening, making any adjustments. It's preferable to bend the knee less than to do it out of alignment. Just noticing what sensations, if any, you feel in your knee and how this feels overall in your body. When you're ready, we're going to hold wherever feels good for you. And then again, we'll bring the arms up shoulder height. So this is already your third time in the pose. What are you noticing? When you're ready, we're going to bring the back hand to the hip, the front hand to the belly, move the belly to the middle, fold over the front knee, reach your top arm out alongside your ear, side angle. Now top hand comes to the hip, front hand comes to that block. Bring it right underneath your shoulder. Start to work your front leg towards straight. If that's working for you, you can rotate top shoulder up and back, reach fingertips towards the ceiling. Top hand returns to the hip, bend through your front knee, stand up. Turn your feet to parallel. We're going to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Feel free to grab one or both blocks to bring under your hands. Or hands can come to the mat. Head is releasing down. Seeing if you're even in your feet, there's a tendency to rock forward or back. I just noticed I was almost fully in my heels. So coming to find a more even ground, perhaps. When you're ready, bend your knees. Press through your feet slowly. Come on up. Now hands return to the hips. This time we'll turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot out. And we're going to move again with the breath. So inhale, bend that front knee. Exhale, straighten. Noticing where it feels like this movement originates. Like what's making this happen in your body? And what sensation, if any, you feel in your knee. Next time you're through the bent knee, hold it. We're going to bring those arms up shoulder height. Turn the head, look over the front fingertips. Now back hand to the hip, front hand to the belly. Let's fold over and reach the arm, side angle. Top hand to the hip. Front hand grabs that block, bring it under your shoulder. Start to work front leg towards straight. Rotating shoulder up and reaching fingertips to the ceiling. Hand to the hip, we'll bend through the front knee, stand up, whoa, turn your feet to parallel, and step your feet together. Give the feet a little bit of a shake. Maybe you want to flip them over for a stretch. And now I'm just going to move my chair so you can see a little bit better. But this is where we're going to use the wall. So if you don't have a wall, you can imagine that you do. Maybe you have something else you could use. And we're going to bring one heel to the baseboard or the bottom of the wall. Those toes are going to turn in. So this is your back foot here. And step your front foot forward. Now turn those toes out and really feel the activation before we even really bend this knee of the heel pressing into the wall. So there's a tendency in this pose for the back leg to not do a lot of work and the front leg to really carry everything. But we have these both legs working for us. We're going to press through that back heel. Bend through the front knee. Finding where is good for you to hold. And then reaching your arms up. You can always just bend this elbow. Looking over the front fingertips. Getting a felt sense of this back leg work here. And we'll come up. Turn the feet to parallel. Step together. So you can just turn around to get your second side. Get that back heel really like on the wall. Turn the toes in. Front leg and foot turn out. Bend the front knee. You don't even really have to lift the arms if you don't want to here. Our focus is very much on the leg. And just seeing, oh, what is this like for me? Is this how your back leg was feeling before? Are you noticing anything different? And then we're going to come up, turn the legs to parallel, and step together. So coming here again, if the feet want a little break, you can give it to them. Just going to do a little interlude here. So we're going to roll the shoulders. You can let the elbows come along if you like. You could even fully extend the arms and just notice what's working for you. We're going to reverse, go the other direction. When you feel even We'll come on back to center, hands to the hips, up the feet just a little bit wider, little bend in the knees. We're just going to start to circle the hips. You can make this as big or small, fast or slow as you like. Another thing a practice like this can do is just give you some information next time you're in the center about what's helpful for you. So you might notice, oh, when we did the work warming up the neck, side body, the back, I didn't notice too much of a difference, but here we are doing the shoulder and hip work. And maybe when you come in next time, you'll be like, oh, that made a difference. Could be the reverse. It could be something different. It's just a line of inquiry. When you feel even, we'll come on back to center and just take a moment. You might want to step your feet closer together again. Check in with your body. I like to close my eyes. And just notice if there's any movements you'd like to do before we do our final round of our barometer pose with Warrior 2. So I'm just noticing I wanted to move a little bit in this direction. Maybe there's a leg stretch you want to do or something else. Come on back. Speaking of a leg stretch, let's grab your chair. It's a good idea. We're going to come to sit again in that position you found earlier for a bit of an outer hip stretch. So left foot's going to come more center. Right ankle can cross in front, or if it's available, you can grab whatever you can grab, your pant leg, your skin, and bring this foot up above the knee. So it's on the thigh. And then in whatever position you're in, we're going to inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. So you're just going as far as feels good for you to feel some stretch sensation in your right outer hip. So for me, my right side is always tighter than my left. So I did not have to go far. Sometimes I feel like I barely have to move at all. It really just depends on what's happening in my body that day. We're going to come on up, release, and switch sides. So now right foot comes center, left foot crosses in front or picks up onto the thigh. And we'll inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Your next inhale will come on up. Plant the feet, stand up, and move the chair once more off to the side. Okay, let's step these legs wide again. And we'll turn the right toes in. Left leg and foot turn out, hands on the hips. Now this time, inhale, lower your thigh. So send your thigh down and just see what your body wants to do when you hear that instruction. Sometimes it's a little like, what? But just try it. On an exhale, straighten the leg. So inhale, lower the thigh. Exhale, straighten. Continue this on your own breath. As you go, notice where it feels like this movement originates and what sensation, if any, you feel in your knee. You might also notice how this feels compared to before when we were using the instruction of bending the knee. Next time you're through the lowered thigh, hold it right there and bring the arms up. And noticing how this is feeling in your body from the very first one to this, the last. turning the head. Now, front hand is going to come to the belly, move it to the middle, fold over for side angle. Top hand to the hip, front hand comes to that block under the shoulder. Finding your triangle pose in this moment. We'll come on up. Turn the feet to parallel, and we'll switch sides. So inhale here, lower that thigh. Exhale, straighten. So same questions for observation. One thing that I notice is that with the instruction of lowering the thigh, people are often activating their thigh more and feel a little less sensation in the knee. That's not universal, but if you find anything helpful in that, you can remember it for future times. And we're going to hold here, arms up, lowered thigh, as though you're still pressing that back heel into the baseboard. Noticing how you're landing in this pose in this moment. Back hand to the hip, front hand to the belly, fold over, side angle. Top hand to the hip, front hand to the block. Triangle. Top hand to the hip, bend through the knee, come to standing, turn your feet to parallel. We're going to step the feet together and then make your way down to the floor. So you might like to grab your blocks for a little extra support or your chair. You could also come to sit in your chair if you would prefer. We're going to make our way to a restful position. So could be seated on the floor, seated in a chair, laying down, any other position you'd like. And wherever you are, start to settle in. Making any movements you might like. Maybe there's some parts of your body that would like to stretch or move. This is your time for that. Really been honing our attention through this practice. So we can use that to inform us about just anything our bodies might be wanting right now. Maybe you're ready for stillness. We'll just spend a little bit longer with this. When you're ready, if you're not there already, we'll begin to make your way to a position you could rest in a bit. And if you're laying down, maybe you keep your knees bent or you could extend them. If you're seated, making any adjustments to your position. And wherever you are, we'll start to invite the body to drop into support. So there's often a subtle, we're likely not even noticing it, grip in the body, holding ourselves off the floor, off the chair. So see if there's anything, your jaw, a breath, your forehead, your thighs, that's gripping that you could invite to let go, even 10%. Trusting into earth and ground to hold you. Maybe doing that process a couple times. There's often more than one part of the body that would like to be invited to let go. When you're ready, letting your awareness expand through your whole body to rest here a little while longer for your relaxation. Let's take 5 more breaths here at your own pace. Just taking your time. After your 5th exhale, whenever that comes, take a moment to notice how you feel. When you're ready, you can begin to invite some movement back into your body, maybe starting with wiggling fingers and toes. Making any other movements you might like. When you're ready, if you're not already seated, you can gently make your way there. Begin to any seated position. You can bring your hands together in front of your heart, feeling the sensation of each hand in contact with the other. Perhaps gently bowing your head toward your hands, thanking yourself for your practice. And take a breath together here, inhaling and exhaling. May this practice support you and the experience of your body. Thank you for practicing with me.